What's up guys, it's Pliskin here, and welcome back to another analysis of a different Resident Evil Mercenaries character. Now I know that a lot of you guys want me to look at Resident Evil 5, and God willing I will. Resident Evil 5 does a lot of cool stuff. For a while it was my favorite Mercenaries mode, and it's definitely worth talking about. However, I'm definitely starting with my favorite Mercenaries characters as I'm going through this. Now, I've already done a video on Helena, and I've already done a video on Ada. And while there are a ton of great characters in RE5, those of you who know me will know that ever since Resident Evil 7, Ethan has been one of my favorite characters in the franchise, and I'm very happy to say that his depiction within Resident Evil 8 Mercenaries does not disappoint. So I'm Pliskin, and today we're going to be talking about the best overall sandbox encompassing character. Now, I've mentioned before how Resident Evil 8 functions as a level up system with its sandbox. What exactly do I mean by that? Well, basically when you play Resident Evil 8, you start off with basic tier guns, things you find around the village that are just good enough to survive. Then you find guns that do what those guns do within their respective categories, but they do it a little better. Then by the time you reach the end of the game, you get the final echelon of guns, which are just the superior versions to everything that came before them. This functions for the pistols, this functions for the shotguns. The only outlier would be the F2 sniper rifle, which is single purpose. What do I mean by single purpose? Well, while a lot of games balance their guns or weapon sandboxes through a level up system, within a single purpose system, games have a singular weapon that's just really good at doing that specific job it's meant to do. And the F2 sniper, being the only weapon of its kind in the game, really embodies this whole idea of single purpose. So Resident Evil 8 dances on this line between having a level up system for some of its guns, but then having some really good single purpose options. And this translates over to when you're playing as Ethan in the Mercenaries. Before you start the Mercenaries in Resident Evil 8, you're actually in a save room. Not only is this great for atmosphere, a cool way to include the game's merchant, but it's also a great way to give the player some space to plan ahead. Now, Resident Evil 8 Mercenaries gets a lot of flack because of the fact that it can be a little bit difficult to do well at it. You see, unlike Resident Evil 6, where it's all about just getting to a certain amount of enemies, keeping up your combo, getting a whole bunch of them, it's not like Resident Evil 4, where you're just trying to get a certain amount of points. In Resident Evil 8, if you want to get the best ranking, you have to make sure your combo does not run out at any point. The arenas also tend to be very large, which means if you don't map out the arena properly or plan your weapon set properly, it's going to be impossible to maintain your combo score. Because when you finish off a group of enemies in one section of the castle, all of a sudden, you're going to have to haul your ass all the way back to the other section of the castle to find some enemy that's hiding in a corner. It can feel pretty cheap, but it does demand a certain degree of planning, and it does justify a lot of, well, again, planning with the sandbox. You see, when you start off again in this save room here, the level up system is recontextualized. So right from the start, you have the starter Lemmy pistol, the 1911, and the Scorpion available to you. You also have the Winchester 1897, you also get the Remington 870, and the Saiga 12. And of course, the F2 sniper is there as well. You also get landmines, pipe bombs, pretty much everything aside from magnums and the Scorpion and 1911 are fully automatic, but you don't get the assault rifles. So what does this do to the level up system, having everything available at once? Wouldn't you just automatically go for the Scorpion, Saiga, and Sniper? You can, but then you also have to factor in the whole currency system. I could go for the best guns in the game and buy them all, but then I won't have enough money to properly upgrade them and really utilize them to their fullest. So what do I do at this point here? Well, if I really want to balance my playstyle and use the in-game perks to really maximize my efficiency with a shotgun, let's say, maybe I'll buy a cheaper pistol and just upgrade my shotgun and my sniper rifle so I get the best of close and long range. Maybe I don't want a shotgun or a sniper rifle taking that money resource away from my pistols. Maybe I want just a really good all-rounder, and I'll just go for that good Scorpion and make sure I level it up as quickly as possible. Maybe I want to have a really decent shotgun, so I go with the mid-tier Remington 870, take the sniper, but then I keep the starter Lemmy pistol so I can focus on upgrading that shotgun and sniper. Maybe I want to go for the best of all worlds, right? Maybe I want good guns that I can still upgrade a decent amount. Then I'll just go with the mid-tier Remington 870 and 1911, and then still have enough money to upgrade that sniper, right? So there's a reason to use the starter pistol. There's a reason to use the starter shotgun. There's a reason to ignore certain categories if you really want to focus in on a certain playstyle. If you really want to just have that close and long range, maybe forego the pistol, really be careful with your ammunition, and use that sniper and shotgun combo. If I want to be balanced out, I'm going to focus on that pistol. If there's a certain category I want to play more so into or really emphasize, I'll get the cheaper option in the other category. So this whole kind of mercenaries economy changes how you're going to be looking at this level up sandbox. You know what the best choice is, you know what the worst choice is, but there's a reason to pick both depending on what you're going for. And this is what makes Ethan one of my favorite mercenaries characters. Because there's been examples of mercenaries characters that do unique things with certain guns you normally wouldn't use a certain way when you're playing through the main game. There's certain characters that have their own unique weapons, like Helena. Her shotgun is completely unique to her and makes her special. Ada, having the advantage of using the best pistol in the game and having the best mobility, makes her just a lethal quick threat. Ethan, you build up and you shape into the mercenaries character you want him to be. And for me, having the entire almost, not the Magnum, so almost the entire sandbox available, and then having to plan out how you're going to build yourself around the sandbox in relation to trying to keep up that combo and being efficient is just so cool. So yeah, I know you guys want to hear about Resident Evil 5 mercenaries characters, and we will get there. But for now, Ethan, man. I've been an Ethan fan since day one, so let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys also like Ethan. I know a lot of people don't like Ethan, which I've never understood, but what do you think of Resident Evil 8 Mercenaries? Go ahead, let me know down in the comments. And if you want to talk about Resident Evil 5 Mercenaries characters before I make a video, give your suggestions on which ones you guys like the best before I give my opinions, go ahead and put that down in the comments too. Anyways, this has been Pliskin, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
This is Solid Snake. Hey, subscribe to Pliskin Boy. God damn it.
You heard him.